Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's pick a card is going to delve into the mystical world of our dreams. We're gonna see what hidden messages might be there, who has been trying to communicate with you through your dreams, and everything like that. I don't think I've ever done this topic on my channel before, so I'm quite excited to get into it and see what kind of messages come up. And as you can see from the title, today's video is going to be a collaboration with Tarot with Tay, aka the goddess of the unknown. So if you guys are not familiar with Tay yet, let me introduce you real quick. I'm gonna try not to fangirl too much. I first found Tay's channel, I think it was back in September, because I saw that she had commented on my video and something in my intuition was just like, I need to check out this channel, and my intuition did not lead me astray. Where do I even begin? Tay's reading style is amazing. I think that her approach to tarot, how she uses tarot, her whole philosophy is just amazing. And not only is she an incredible reader, she's also a very, very talented artist and musician. I will link everything in the description for you guys to do yourselves a favor and check her out. And she's also an Aries, so we bonded over that. But so this topic is going to be the hidden messages in your dreams. And then over on Tay's channel, it's going to be, if the moon could talk, this is what she would tell you. So basically, the common theme throughout these videos is delving deep into your hidden world, into those subconscious feelings and beliefs and messages that have been wanting to show themselves to you, but that might be going unnoticed. There are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today. I don't know if you can see, but there are stones on each of these. Maybe it wasn't the best idea to put black stones on black cards, but that was just the vibe today. We're going with darkness, we're going with shadows, we're going with the hidden. So it just felt right. But anyway, I'll give you a close-up look at each of them so that you can, properly see them. And then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Now, if you guys have been having like a lot of different recurring dreams, like maybe you have 2, 3, 10 recurring dreams going, you may be drawn to more than one pile because there might be a lot of messages that you guys are receiving right now. So please don't feel the need to limit yourself to one. But yeah, anyway, let's give you guys a close-up of the stones. Number 1 is Shungite. Number 2 is Snowflake Obsidian. Number 3 is Black Tourmaline. And number 4 is Black Moonstone. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones. So if you guys chose the Shungite or Shungite, I don't know, this is going to be a reading all about the hidden messages in your dreams. I did want to say the one fact that I know about this stone is that it is said to protect you from EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, which can come off from your devices and things like that. So if you guys were drawn to this stone, it might be a message from your guides encouraging you to stay off devices before you go to sleep, or to turn them off while you're sleeping or something like that. Perhaps that will help you to have better quality sleep or to have better dreams. So I just wanted to mention that before we get into it. Normally when I do this kind of pick a card topic that has to do with messages, I would start off the reading by seeing who these messages are from, because as I'm sure you guys know, when we are dreaming, in addition to receiving messages from our subconscious mind, this is also a realm where we can interact with and receive communications from other beings. So I kind of wanted to see like who is coming through, who might be interacting with or talking to you in your dreams. But before we do that, your guides want me, or everybody, to do sort of like a dream energy check. So basically we're going to pull some cards from this deck, and this is going to tell me a few of the various things that you guys might be dreaming about. Now, you don't have to resonate with every single one of them for this to be your pile, but if you listen to this dream check and you're like, no, none of this sounds like the dreams that I've been having, then this might not be your group. So I just really, really feel called to start with that. So that is what we're gonna do. Okay, so for group number 1, can you show some of the dreams that this group has been having so that we can check if this is the right group for everyone? Yeah, some of you guys may be having a hard time falling asleep. All right, so we have the Two of Swords. We have the Sun. And we have the Magician. All right. So, starting off with the zodiac signs that are present here, we do have Leo as well as Aries. With the Magician, I never really know which zodiac sign to associate it with. It does have the Aries association. It's also associated with the planet Mercury. So sometimes I feel called to throw in Gemini and Virgo into the mix there since they're ruled by Mercury. So you might be dreaming about somebody who has these signs. So let's just go through this in order. Starting over here with the Two of Swords, some of you guys might be, if you're having stressful dreams, like stress dreams or nightmares or something like that, it might be due to some stress that you guys are feeling in your waking life, where either you have to make a decision, like a major decision, and you don't know what to do, or there is a problem in your life that you feel is out of your control. You feel like you should be doing something to fix the problem, but you don't know what, so you just kind of stay frozen. And your guides are saying that this stress is causing you to have bad dreams or stressful dreams or nightmares or something like that. But actually, when I saw the Two of Swords crossing like this, what came to my mind was like a crossover dream. So some of you guys might be having dreams where like two different aspects of your life are crossing over, or where your life is even crossing over into something else. So if I can give an example, you know when like, what was it? The Sweet Life of Hannah Montana and all of those like Disney crossovers were on TV. So it was like two worlds colliding. So you might have a dream where your work friends and your family are living together and it doesn't make sense, or you might have a dream where you are in the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, or like where you're in Hogwarts, or where you're in a TV show, where you're in a fictional land that you've read about. Something about worlds colliding that would never really collide in real life, and that's kind of like, it stands out. It's a little bit strange for you. Over here with the Sun, some of you guys might be having dreams that are sexual in nature, or where you are getting intimate with somebody. I definitely take that meaning from this card because it's literally like right there. Some of you guys may also have dreams where you are performing or you are watching somebody perform. The Sun is Leo energy, which does make me think of arts, creativity, passion, performance. If you think about the sun being up in the sky, shining where everybody can see it, and that fifth house association that has to do with the arts and pleasure and stuff like that. I do sometimes think of this card as like concerts, music, and things like that. So maybe you're dreaming about seeing somebody at a concert, or you are performing at a concert. And that could be something weird where like the worlds are colliding. Like maybe you're in the crowd and then you start having like a conversation with the artist, or you go up on the stage or something like that. And then over here with the Magician, I am taking the manifestation meaning from this Magician card. So some of you guys, the dreams that you're having might be trying to show you what you are manifesting, or you might be dreaming that something that you want to manifest is coming true. Now, I know this is kind of all over the map, but I figure this is what it's going to be like in this reading, because we have so many different dreams, and they're so complex, and you guys know how dreams can like jump from one thing to another. It can go from happy and exciting to stressful in like 3 seconds. So you guys might resonate with one or a few of these interpretations, but again, if none of these at all sound like, you know, dreams that you're having, then this may not be your pile. Also, some of you guys might be literally dreaming about a magician. I should have mentioned that as well. Just looking more into the visuals of these, you might have dreams where you're in like a meadow. You might see a lot of hills. Maybe imagery of the sun is significant as well. And all of these cards look like daytime, really nice sunny sky, so that might be significant as well. But let's move on now. Now we are going to see who might be coming through and trying to communicate with you in these dreams, whether it's your higher self or a spirit guide or the higher self of somebody else. Let's get to the bottom of it. And we're using 3 different tarot decks today, so there's kind of a maybe kind of high chance of repeating cards. If any repeating cards come out, I will pay extra special attention to them. Okay, so first we have, this is the Page of Pentacles, and this is the Queen of Cups. And then we have the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Okay, this is a very, very clear message. Take note of the repeating sevens just in case that is relevant to you guys. But yeah, what these cards are saying is that there are so many beings trying to communicate with you. Oh, I just realized the seven's very relevant. There are so many beings trying to communicate with you, and they often fight to get your attention. The Seven of Cups, it means a lot of things are going on and that you can be overwhelmed by everything. And then the Seven of Wands is literally about like fighting and standing your ground. So that's totally the message that is coming through here. If you guys have many dreams in one night, or you have dreams that jump very frequently, you know, like I was dreaming about this and now all of a sudden I got transported to a completely different place and the plot just took a left turn, or sorry, that was a right turn. It's because there's so many entities, so many souls who want to talk to you at the same time. Imagine like a bunch of people fighting over what they want to watch on TV, and so the channel is changing every 5 seconds. So your dreams could be a little bit hectic, and you could be downloading a lot in your dreams. If you guys, especially if you guys find that you wake up from your dreams and you don't feel rested, that might be why. It's like because you're having a million conversations in the astral realm. Yeah, wow. So I wanted to also talk about the relevance of the number 7. Recently, I have been just more aware of the chakra associations of the numbers, especially with the 7 of Cups. It's been really giving me crown chakra lately. So this repeating sevens could be talking about you guys having a very strong crown chakra, a very strong connection to higher realms. And this is exactly why so many entities are interested in talking to you, because you're somebody who does have psychic abilities. You're somebody who does understand that dreams have significance. Almost, and maybe this is not the exact way to word it, but if somebody didn't care about remembering their dreams and they just thought that all dreams were nonsense, maybe these beings wouldn't like waste their time trying to give important messages. And you guys might be getting some very important messages about the collective in your dreams, not just about what's going on in your life, but spiritual truths, important insights to share with the collective. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from the crown chakra and from you guys being so popular in the astral realm. And okay, so moving over here, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Page of Pentacles. So these could be, you know, some specific beings that you have been communicating with the most. Honestly, the first feeling that I got when I saw the Queen of Cups was you, your higher self, because I do think of her as someone who is incredibly intuitive and psychically connected. And I'm like, oh, that's totally you guys. But if you do have a spirit guide who takes on a motherly or a big sisterly kind of presence, this could definitely be them. I do not think in that case it would be somebody who is incarnate right now. Whereas this Page of Pentacles, I would think of this as somebody who is incarnate. So there is some human who is incarnated on earth whose higher self is communicating with you in dreams. This could be somebody you work with or somebody you go to school with, or it can be somebody who works in a similar field as you, who has a similar skill or hobby or interest as you, or someone someone with whom, oh my God, grammar, you would like to have a similar career path. Do you know what I mean? Like if this human was a photographer and you really want to be a photographer someday, that could be an indication that this is the person. Yes? All right. So now we're going to take, let's take 2 cards from this numerology deck. And we want to know more specifically the messages that they're trying to tell you. What does it pertain to? What area of your life, or what do they want you to focus on? Interesting. We have financial discipline coming through. And compassion. Okay, so yeah, this compassion with the double number 9s coming out under the double number 7s, you guys are definitely getting messages in your dreams that pertain to the collective. So some advanced beings are coming to you. They're sharing truths with you, and they want you to live according to these truths, or they want you to share those truths with others. I think that many of you, and this could kind of tie in, many of you are being called to step into your purpose. Many of you are being called to pursue something new. And for many, it will have to do with spirituality. It's like you're being called into your role as a light worker. You're being called to pursue what really, really lights you up. Maybe being called to step into this sun position and really let your light shine. And then with this financial discipline, I wanted to point out that if you reduce the digits of 48, eventually it makes 3, which is the number of the Empress. And I just looked up and the camera said 1414. Oh, which is the number that lets me know angels are here. So angels might be communicating to you in dreams as well. This is the number of high spiritual evolution, spiritual awareness, ascension. I'm getting a little bit excited. I'm going to try to just pull that back in. Yeah, so 3, the number of the Empress. There may be some signs coming to you in dreams that big abundance is coming, that a big manifestation is coming, that a very happy and prosperous time is coming. And maybe that's what this indecision is about. Like, you guys know that you need to move towards this new path, but it's scary. There are some unknowns, and your dreams are maybe trying to push you to go for it. And with this financial discipline here, it does seem like you guys might be going through some kind of transition in your career, either changing it or possibly leaving a career behind. And so you're being encouraged at this time to just be a little bit more financially responsible, because when you start anything new, you know, you have to invest money to get it set up. For example, starting a tarot channel, you have to buy the decks, the stones. Well, you don't really need to, but stones, candle, camera, tripod, ring light, laptop, whatever it is, hard drive, all of that stuff you need to invest. And then of course it takes some time before you really start, you know, making a significant amount of financial gain. So one of the big messages might be start putting investments, start putting efforts into your passion. Just be aware that, you know, you will need to be careful with your finances at first. But you're being called to help the collective in a big way. That's what this all really, really looks like to me. All right, so we're going back to the tarot now, and let's see if there's any other messages that you guys need to know. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. So you guys are overthinking something. You guys might be dealing with anxiety, which matches with that Two of Swords. You guys might have like stress dreams sometimes. We have the Emperor, so more Aries energy coming through. We have the Eight of Cups. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take one more because I feel like that will fit nicely. and then we have the Six of Cups. And oh my gosh, I love this transition. I really, really love this transition. Okay, so yeah, like I said with the Nine of Swords, it looks like many of you guys have been really, really overthinking. Like deep down, your intuition knows. Deep down, your intuition knows. You know what you want to do. You know what your soul is calling you to do. I think many of you guys know what your purpose is. And maybe some of you guys know what it is, like more than you give yourself credit for. If you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, I don't know what my calling is, it may be because you are overthinking or over analyzing. Almost as if, you know, if someone were to do that, what is it called when you do like rapid fire questions? When you ask someone a question really, really, really fast so they don't have time to think about it and they just need to like blurt out as fast as they can. And this is said to be a way that you can, you know, figure out how you truly feel about things because you don't have time to be like, well, I want to do this, but, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I used to do this when I was a kid. I remember every time somebody asked me what I want to be when I grow up, you know, I knew the answer deep down, but I would just say something else that I thought people wanted to hear, something that I thought would be, you know, respectable to people. Oh, I want to do XYZ job, even though that wasn't entirely the truth, but I just said it so much that eventually that became my truth. And so it's like there needs to be an undoing of what you have repeatedly told yourself because it's just adding confusion. I think if you were to ask your soul, if you were to ask your intuition, it would just be like, this is it. This is what I love. This is what I'm passionate about. But when you start thinking about, does that really make money? Is that really socially acceptable? Is that blah, 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 blah? Then you start to think, I don't know what I want to do. You see? So it's like you're being asked not to overthink it so much. And then for those of you who really are sure what you want to do, then this is you guys being anxious about taking the steps to get there. You know, I want to do it, but I'm too scared. I'm nervous that XYZ will go wrong. I'm nervous that I'm going to fail, that I'm going to be judged. And it's just so much fear. And I think that your dreams have been trying to communicate to you this confirmation that you're going to manifest all of your heart's desires, that you're going to do amazing, that you're going to be like the sun, that everything is going to be okay. But if you have all of these stresses and fears swarming through your head before falling asleep, then you might end up getting hit with the stress dream instead of getting those really meaningful dreams about what you're meant to be doing. I have like 3 recurring stress dreams that just alternate, and so I know how frustrating it is. But I would also, like, there was that message at the beginning of the reading to unplug before you go to sleep, turn off your devices, and really, really focus on making sure that you have positive thoughts before you fall asleep. Just so that, you know, the last thing that you think before falling asleep is not some kind of worry, that you're not entering into the astral realm in that kind of frame of mind, because these could bring on the stress dreams as opposed to these dreams about, like, you know, your dreams coming true. And oh my gosh, I just noticed something. You know, we were talking about the Page of Pentacles, how this could be somebody like you have similar interests, or you have a similar career to them. If you guys don't really know what it is that you're meant to do, or like what direction the soul is calling you to, pay attention to any like sexual dreams that you guys are having. Like, if you're dreaming that you're being intimate with somebody like this, and I've always heard this, like if you dream that you're sleeping with somebody it can be a sign of wanting to be closer to them or wanting to be more like them or something like this. So I don't know, like if you're having recurring dreams that you are being intimate with a certain actor, then it may be like your soul wants to be more like that person, aka your soul wants to be an actor. Your soul wants to go down the same path and live that life, and this is their metaphorical way of showing that to you. You see? Something like that. Moving on to the Emperor. Again, I feel like we've talked about this a lot, but another message that so many, you guys following in your path is going to benefit so many people. And this is why so many beings are interested. Let's go back to the actor example. If you guys are meant to become an actor, then the spirit guides of all these young little souls on earth who are also meant to become actors, they're gonna come to you and be like, do it, because you're gonna inspire my little Jackie over here someday. You know what I mean? And probably this person's higher self is on your ass to do this too, because they're like, carry on the legacy, keep spreading the light, follow in my footsteps, the way that your soul is longing to. It's all connected. Like the ripple of light workers is all connected. It's a big network. Someone inspired you and you inspired the next generation. And so I feel like all generations, past, present, future, would be reaching out to you to give you the green light, to give you the confirmation. And it might sound silly to be like, why would all of these beings care so much about one person, you know, following, realizing their passion? But it's because one person makes so much of a difference. One person can inspire thousands of people, and then those thousands of people can inspire millions of people. So yes, it is very important to really drive it home for just this one person that is you. And this Emperor is everybody saying that they want you to be more confident, that if anybody can do this, it's you. And you guys with this Emperor and Magician energy, you guys might be, and this was coming up in, was it the last reading that I filmed? One of the last readings that I filmed, messages from your spirit guides. There was one pile that I really felt was like the pioneers, the first of their kind, game changers of some sort. The Emperor is like confidence and independence. And there's just a message that if you guys look around and don't see many people like you doing what you want to do, whether that's, you know, like people of your background, people of your gender, people of your age, people of your style of personal expression, whatever it might be, people of your genre or subgenre, it could be like you are meant to be the trailblazer in that field, and you shouldn't take that as a confirmation. Oh, none of these people look like me, I'm different, so I guess I'm not cut out for this. It's like, no, it's because I'm different. I'm meant to go in here and stir the pot. I'm meant to go in here and stand out. That's gonna be in your favor. Like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anybody do it like you. That's gonna garner attention. You don't want to be a cookie cutter like somebody else. That doesn't do you any favors, and it doesn't do the next generation that you are going to inspire any favors. Moving on to the Eight of Cups, this is talking about walking away from something. So again, many of you guys might be getting a push to walk away from something that would subsequently change your financial situation for a little bit. And that doesn't mean that it's going to, it's like maybe going down a bit at first, dipping down a bit at first so that you can skyrocket more in the future. You know, investing into something that's going to make you a lot of money in the long run, but you just need to be careful for a little while. That's kind of the vibe that I was getting with this card. And like I said, when these first came out, I really, really love the transition of the Eight of Cups going to the Six of Cups, because the Eight of Cups is about walking away, like I said, embarking on a journey, because like there's nothing for you here. These cups are empty. That's why the person is walking away. And I often think of this as someone who's embarking on a journey alone. So again, that ties in with the Emperor message of independence. And I also just wanted to point out the waxing moon on this card, because I'm thinking of the waxing moon card in the Moonology deck. And it says the energy is gaining momentum. So it's like the second you guys make the decision to embark on this journey, it's already gaining momentum. The universe will have already set things into motion to meet you at your destination, you know? Like if you're walking from point A to point B, as soon as you leave point A, the universe is already arranging things at point B to be ready for you when you get there, to carry you on a wave to your manifestation, like the waves in the ocean. And the other thing that's really sweet, I didn't even start talking about it yet. The thing that's really sweet about this transition is that I do kind of get a feeling of nervousness or apprehension a lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time with the Eight of Cups, where this person knows the journey is going to be hard and is kind of scared whether it's really going to be worth it. You know, this person has to, first of all, walking through the sand, it's hard. And then this person has to climb over this steep mountain range, and they're all by themselves. And they're like, I wish that I could know if it's going to be worth it before I embark on this journey. But this is the universe saying, like, you got two choices. You can stay here with the empty cups and at least it's predictable, or you can walk over the mountain range and trust me when I say that everything you've ever wished for is going to be there waiting for you. I think it's even really significant that in this card we have a sun on the other side of the hill. We have a sun on the other side of the wall. Like, what is waiting for you is the sun. And all you need to get over this hill or get over this wall or this mountain is the magician. Because the magician is ready. The magician has everything he needs, has everything it takes to make anything he wants happen. That's why he has the wand, the cup, the sword, and the pentacle. He has everything he needs. So this is them trying to boost your confidence and show you you have everything it takes. And you're overthinking. You know what to do. You know what to do. And finally, I've been like meaning to get around to this transition for so long, but I had to set it up. You see how there's a mountain range. Oh, there's mountain range on a lot of these cards. Maybe you guys are dreaming about mountains as well. There's a mountain range and it's nighttime. I'm thinking this is like the other side of the mountain range and now it's daytime. So, you went through your night, you climbed over the mountain, and now you're on the other side. It's daytime. And what you find on the other side is your home. What you find on the other side is deep familiarity. And this is maybe kind of a weird comparison, but I'm thinking of a soul who is about to cross over, cross over to the soul world from the physical world. In that moment when they're crossing over, they might be very, very scared, but they just have to trust that feeling in their gut. They just have to trust the voice that is calling them over. And then when they get to the other side, they're like, oh, this is my home. This is where I came from. All of my family and friends are here. I'm back where I belong. I'm back in my happy place. It's this exact kind of feeling. So you feel this uncertainty, you feel this fear before crossing over, so to speak. But then once you get there, you're home. You're like, oh shit, I was so nervous to go home. And like I said, all of your family and friends are there. So this could be your soul family. This could be those souls that you're inspiring. Many people that you remember from past life here on earth or past life somewhere else. You're being called on this journey for like a home reunion or a family reunion, or that will be a byproduct of this journey. This is what I really feel with the Six of Cups. And I also love that we're going from empty cups to cups that are full of flowers, because flowers make me think of abundance, they make me think of joy, they make me think of appreciation. It's just really, really sweet. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at some oracle cards before finishing off the reading for any additional... I just love how the light shines off of this one. For any additional messages or guidance that you guys need. So we look, release the tension, relax your face and shoulders, let it all go, surrender. So it's very, very important for you guys. I'm a broken record at this point, but it's very, very important for you guys to get into a relaxed and calm state before you fall asleep so that you can have the dreams that you want to have and so that you can better receive the messages that you need to receive. I'm looking at the number 32 here, which adds up to 5. This is a number of change, but I also think of it as a pivotal number where things could go either way because it is the number that's in the middle of 1 to 9. So it's almost like these guides are saying the type of dream experience, I don't know why the glare is going crazy all of a sudden. I'm sorry about that. The types of dreams that you have could go either way, depending on the frame of mind that you were in before falling asleep. If you fall asleep in this 9 of Swords energy, you're going to have this 2 of Swords kind of stress dream. But if you're able to calm yourself down before going to sleep, then you will have the Sun and the Magician dreams. You'll have the beautiful, confirming, exciting, reassuring dreams. And I think it all comes back to centering yourself, focusing on your breath, focusing on the sensations in your body. Again, unplugging. Like if you guys scroll through your phone or watch videos before going to bed, you might want to stop that altogether. But especially, I think looking at social media where you're prone to seeing bad news, where you're prone to seeing people arguing, where you're prone to seeing people that you might be comparing yourself to, you don't want to fill your head with that stuff before you fall asleep. So this card is saying to really, really make sure that you're relaxed. This picture is making me think maybe you guys would benefit from like bathing before going to sleep, actually, getting in bathtub. That might help to calm you down. And oh, look, we have the same waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. Okay, the next card that we have, oh my gosh, the person on this card looks really, really similar. Healing, allow light to enter your wounds. I'm taking this as just a double confirmation. I think getting yourself into this state will open you up. It will open your heart up to receiving messages that come from love. We still need to be discerning when we're in the dream world because not every single message that we receive in dreams is going to be from our highest good, is going to be from a reputable source. It could be just our ego talking. It could be our anxiety talking. It could be a mischievous spirit talking. So we have to be discerning. Also, I guess if I could say that your stress dreams are useful for anything, maybe, pay attention to what they are. For example, I have a lot of stress dreams about being a student during exam season, as well as my restaurant job when I was a server. I have nightmares that like, oh my gosh, this person placed their order like 15 minutes ago and I haven't brought them their drink yet and all the computers are changed and I don't know how to punch in the orders anymore. I feel incompetent. I feel like I'm not performing well. So, I could brush that off and just be like, oh, having a stress dream. But, maybe if I dive deeper into that, that could be telling me about a wound that needs to be healed. Like, do I have anxiety when it comes to performing for other people? Yes, I do. Okay, we also have service. I feel good when I can help others. So yes, it totally, totally matches with the message we got earlier about you guys serving the collective or inspiring the collective in some way. Just by you allowing your true colors to shine, just by you healing yourself and following your path, that is how you serve others. So you don't need to, overextend yourself or drain your energy into someone else to serve other people, as much as it might look that way sometimes. Just living your best life and being a shining example is how you serve other people. And then the final card is Dolomite. with the message, stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. Yes, so it's really come through in this reading that mindset is everything when it comes to not just the type of dreams that you have, but whether or not you go forward on your path and how you feel going forward on your path. Your mindset is so important. And all of the beings that came through today, all of the guides that came through today, they're here to help you get over this anxiety and overthinking, like the Nine of Swords, and start to feel more like this confident, badass emperor. Wow, okay, so these are all the messages that I'm seeing for you guys today, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out Tay's video if you feel like doing that. The topic is if the moon could talk to you, or if the moon could talk, this is what she would say to you. And that will be linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick a cards where you get to choose a topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye! Hi number twos, so if you guys chose the Snowflake Obsidian, this is going to be a reading all about the hidden messages in your dreams. So normally when I do a reading about messages of any kind, I would start by seeing who is coming through, so who has been trying to communicate with you in your dreams. But for this reading in particular, I am feeling really called to do like a dream check before we get into that. So I'm going to start by shuffling this deck, and we're going to pull a few cards, and this will show me like the content of your dreams, or, you know, certain people, places, things that might be popping up. And this will be a way for you guys to check if this is your group. Now, you don't necessarily have to resonate with every single thing that comes up here for this to be your group. But if you listen to this part of the reading and you're like, no, I haven't been dreaming about any of that stuff, like my dreams are completely different, then you may want to choose another group. So let's get into the reading. Let's try that again. Okay, she's been a little sloppy. Let's see. I wonder if you guys are just having very confusing dreams, hard to make sense of them. Or maybe I'm just clumsy and that's my excuse. All right, so for group 2, can you please show me some things that might be appearing in their dreams so that we can check if this is the right group for them? Okay, so we have the 10 of Pentacles. We also have the Queen of Swords and the Empress. Ooh, okay, so let's just go through these in order. Now, in group 1, there was kind of a lot of different things coming through. I feel like that just might be the vibe for this whole reading, because dreams can be kind of erratic and complex, and they can, you know, switch really quickly. So I'm just going to talk about all of the possible things that I see here. So starting with the 10 of Pentacles, the first thing that came to my mind with this one is that you guys might be having dreams in a work setting. So at your literal place of work, or you just understand within the dream, this is my workplace, or I'm meant to be doing some work here. It could also be that people from your job are coming through in your dream. With the Queen of Swords right next to this, if you guys have anybody in your work or even at school or in your family as well who is female or feminine and whom you are kind of intimidated by, you might be having dreams about them, possibly dreams where you're a little bit uncomfortable or stressed or even kind of scared of them. In addition, 10 of Pentacles kind of has both meanings for me. It can talk about work and career, but it can also talk about family. So you may be having dreams about your family members, especially motherly figures are coming through with the Queen and the Empress here. Mothers, grandmothers, sisters. Additionally, though, it could be an ancestor who's coming through in your dreams, or a female family member who has already passed on. With the Queen of Swords here, the vibe that I'm kind of getting is that your dreams might not be so sunshine and rainbows at this time. It could be dreams that are quite serious or grim in nature. It could be dreams that are making you feel nervous or making you feel pressure. Some of you guys might even have dreams where you're being called to fight, or that you have a big responsibility to protect loved ones or to protect a group of people. It's like you might be resting in your bed, but when you enter into this dream world, there's like a heavy burden that I need to show up for these people who are counting on me. I need to complete this task, or I need to complete this quest. You guys might have dreams where there's like a time crunch, or you're in some kind of a pinch and you need to analyze the situation and solve a problem. I'm just thinking of these dreams I have all the time where I need to call somebody, and I just like every time I punch in the phone number, I get it wrong over and over and over again. And it's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. It's like, shit, I need to do something and I feel the pressure, but I'm not sure if I can get this right. This really doesn't feel like a happy, paradise land kind of dreams that we're going to. It's like the stakes are high, or there is a lot for you to do. Maybe as a result, you guys don't feel so rested when you wake up from these dreams. But what I'm seeing with the Empress here, and I'm happy because this is something that came up in group 1 as well, and I hope that this is the case. Ooh, did you hear the doorbell? I really, really hope that that's a confirmation, because what I was going to say with the Empress is that you guys are so incredibly talented, so incredibly capable, so beautiful on the inside and out, and you have the potential to manifest anything that your heart desires. And I think one of the reasons that you might be having dreams like this is just from overthinking. Maybe you guys struggle with self-doubt, maybe you struggle with imposter syndrome, maybe you guys struggle with people pleasing, like I have to look after all these people, I have to do well for all of these people, and you may really overextend yourself in your waking life. So it kind of feels like your dreams might be a reflection of how you subconsciously feel in your waking life. But with the Empress here, this is like your guide saying, relax. You are the freaking Empress. You've got it all under control. Like I said, beautiful inside and out. And if you just relax, you will breeze through. Like, you're already doing it. You're already living your life so amazingly. You're already achieving everything so amazingly. I think that this is my group that is probably quite hard on themselves, and those feelings of self-doubt, those feelings of pressure are carrying through into the dream world. So in terms of who is coming through in your dreams, I definitely think a big part of it is just your subconscious mind, your subconscious beliefs, and your higher self is trying to make you aware of that. But on this note, I'm going to use this deck now, and we're going to see if anybody else has been coming through in your dreams and trying to communicate with you. Another thing I'm seeing with the Empress, some of you guys might dream about pregnancy, regardless of your gender or whether you can have children or not. You might have dreams that you are pregnant, or that somebody close to you is pregnant, or dreams where you are giving birth or something like that. You might also have dreams like in, for example, your parents' home or your grandparents' home, or in the land that your parents and grandparents came from, almost like you're going back to your roots. Maybe you guys are you're healing some generational wounds or healing some generational trauma or something like that. Let's see who else is coming through. Definitely, I feel ancestor or pass on loved one energy already. All right, we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, this is Spirit. This is Spirit themselves. And we also have the Magician. So this is you. This is your higher self. You guys are very, very capable, but every human has their limits. As long as you're a human, you're gonna have limits to how much you can do in a day and how much you can push yourself. And I think what you guys are doing is like, you're trying to do it all. You're pushing yourself so much, setting really high expectations that would be unrealistic for anybody. And then when you can't get everything done, you come down hard on yourself, or you feel like a failure. And what I feel with these 2 cards is like, even the magician has his limits. You can't do it all, and that's okay. You can do a lot, and you can do it really well, and you can do it better and more gracefully than a lot of people, but you still can't do every single thing. And that has to be okay. You have to be okay with that, or else you're headed straight for a burnout or a breakdown. We have the Empress coming out again. So this could be a motherly figure. Like I said, I am feeling it's someone who is actually in your earth family. A mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother. Could also be a feminine or motherly guide that you guys have. The skull is making me think that it's someone who was alive on earth and passed on. And then we also have, this is the King of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands is a spirit guide. This spirit guide will likely be masculine. I don't think this is somebody who has been incarnated with you, at least not in this lifetime. It's like your lifetimes didn't overlap. I feel like Jupiter-y, Sagittarius-y energy from this guide. They're very generous, they're very tolerant, very understanding, always jovial and cheerful, has a wonderful sense of humor. For some of you guys, this might be an angel who presents themselves with a male identity, or it could be like your primary spirit guide. The king is making me think that they are sort of a higher up, so to speak. So this might be a guide who doesn't really incarnate anymore and just helps the souls who are currently incarnating. But they are so freaking nice and friendly, and don't take anything too seriously. This is a guide who will let you do whatever you want with an open heart and be very, very generous to you. Wow, you guys have a lot coming through. In terms of zodiac signs, I do feel Sagittarius. We also have here Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, and Libra. There's a lot. There's a lot going on here. All right, so we're going to take some numerology oracle cards now, and this is going to tell us what are these spirit guides and spirit themselves and your higher self. We have a full house here. What are these spirit guides trying to get your attention about? What area of your life are they trying to bring to your focus? Okay, ooh, surrender. This fits really, really well. Some of you guys you're in a commitment for the wrong reasons. Whether that is a commitment to a job, to a relationship, to a certain place, to a certain community, you're in it for the wrong reasons. And maybe this is something that's still a little bit unconscious. You're really going through your life thinking that this is what you want. But if you re-examine, you might find that all of the reasons that you're in this are for others. Now, of course, I'm not saying it's wrong to have other people as your reason for doing something. If we only did every single thing for ourselves, then we would be incredibly selfish. But when all of your reasons, or the vast majority of your reasons, are about pleasing other people and meeting other people's expectations, and on top of that, it's at the expense of your own peace of mind, it's at the expense of your own mental, emotional, even physical health, when it's at the expense of your wishes, your desires, your best interests, that's when we need to hold the phone and re-examine things. And I want to tell you guys, there is a way There is a path of least resistance that will make you happy and that will make everyone else around you happy. Some of you guys subconsciously believe that to serve others is inherently like to sacrifice something of yourself. For others to gain is inherently for you to lose. And you have it in your head subconsciously, this dichotomy of like, I can either take care of me or I can take care of you. And if I have to choose, I'm going to choose you. You can take care of yourself and others, but everybody has to find their path of least resistance to do that. And I feel like you guys, like I said, you're committed to something for the wrong reasons that is only for the best interests of other people. This is what they're trying to get your attention about. We also have rebirth. We have surrender and rebirth. And oh my gosh, look. If you turn it upside down, it's the same number. This is like 91 this way and 16 this way. And actually, 6 and 1s together makes me think of self-love. And 9 and 1s together makes me think of a cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. So there's a cycle in your life that needs to end so that you can begin a new cycle of self-love and self-respect and putting your own interests and your own fulfillment first. It's so funny. I almost said it with the Magician and then I didn't say it. Sometimes the Magician can speak about like a mirroring soul or a high-level soulmate or something like that. And then I just saw the mirroring, the mirroring numbers here. So there could be a soul who's very, very similar to you, who mirrors you very, very closely, who is coming through in this reading. For some of you, this will literally be this spirit guide. Even though they're not incarnate on earth, this spirit guide could be a soulmate of yours. You could also be a higher up, so to speak, in the soul world, somebody who has coached and guided many, many souls through their incarnations. Or for others of you, if you resonate more with this mirroring soul being somebody who is here on earth right now, it can definitely be that. So please claim it however it fits for you. But that's so funny. Like when I think of saying something and then I don't say it, it will always come up later. I should just, honestly, at this point, I should just learn my lesson and say everything that comes to my mind, because more often than not, it will just come right back. Like, hey, you forgot to say this. Wow. Okay. So, we're going to use this deck now. The Alchemia Tarot. I feel like I haven't used her in ages. And let's see what additional messages are hiding in your dreams from any of these people. We have the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities for abundance coming in. Maybe some of you guys are starting a new career, are going through a career change, or if you have no plans to change your career, I think that this is just confirmation that you do an amazing job at your work, or you do an amazing job at school, wherever you're at in your journey. And more specifically, these guides want you to know that you really do add value. Maybe some of you guys struggle with feeling, I don't know if I really bring anything to the table, or even worse, in some worse cases, you guys might feel, this group would be better off without me, or something like that. I feel like within here, there is potential for new opportunity in your work, in your finances, if that's something that you want, or in your studies as well. But for those of you who don't have plans of that, like I said, it's just confirmation that you really, really deserve your spot here. You are valued and you do an amazing job. Really, truly. Like the Empress came out twice for you guys. So you are just like oozing. That's such a gross word. What's a nicer way to say that? You're overflowing. You're overflowing with talent and with skill and with beauty and with grace. I could just rave and rave about you guys. Another message that I've been seeing quite frequently with the Ace of Pentacles is the message of longevity and sustainability. So one thing that your guides might be calling you to do is to put your routine, put your habits, put your commitments under the microscope and ask yourself if this is really sustainable. if you think about yourself, you know, living this exact life, living in this exact routine, answering to these exact people in 2 years or 5 years, does that fill you with dread? Is this really sustainable? Can you really see yourself continuing to do this? And if the answer is no, then that's your sign that it's time to let go and it's time to have a rebirth. Now, of course, if you already have plans to make these changes, you know, like, oh no, I know that I'm going to be out of this situation in a year. I don't think there's a message of you need to cut it off earlier, but if you have no plan to change your situation, no plan to leave your situation, and you feel dread when you think about yourself being in this for a long time, this is your call to take action for the rebirth, for the new cycle. And honestly, like, just knowing that you guys might tend to be hard on yourself, overwork yourself, overextend yourself, maybe you just need to be reminded that that's not sustainable. You know, we can only do this in short bursts, and sometimes the situation does call for us, like there's a deadline approaching, so you really gotta bust your butt for the next 2 weeks. It's okay to do this kind of stuff in short bursts when it calls for it, but you cannot expect yourself to be in this hustle mode 24/7. That is not natural. Even the moon is not full all of the time. Even the sun is not up all of the time. Everything has cycles where you're going really hard and then you're resting again, and you need to honor your cyclical nature. That's in the whole universe. The universe is not linear, it's cyclical. I even low-key believe that in billions and billions of years, the Big Bang will unbang itself like a heartbeat, and it will just keep going back and forth. That's my hot take. I don't think we'll just keep expanding forever and forever. But anyway, what was I talking about? Let's get you another card. What other messages are in your dreams? Ooh, okay. We have the Page of Swords. So you guys you're definitely communicating with people in your dreams. And what's very interesting, whenever I'm doing a reading about, you know, somebody's spiritual and psychic abilities, I think of the Page of Swords as like telepathy on demand. Like, you can communicate with whoever you want. So maybe this is something that your guides would like you to know. You know, this whole reading has been what we're showing to you, what has been coming to you. But they also want to bring to your attention that you have the power to choose the experiences that you have in your dreams. You have the power to summon any soul that you want and communicate with them in your dreams. So if there's like a specific person that you guys want to talk to, or a specific person that you guys want to hear from, whether that is a guide, whether they are alive on Earth at this time or not, whether you know them in person or not, it doesn't matter. For me, the Page of Swords, well, we're all telepathically connected to everybody, but the Page of Swords is somebody who really knows this and who really harnesses this and uses it using it to their advantage sounds weird, but like, you know, using it to have the experience that they want to have. And I want to tell you guys, if you've had dreams ever about a specific person and you had a conversation with them that really, really stuck with you, they said something to you in that dream that really, really stuck with you, and you've been wondering, did that really happen? Yes, that exchange really, really happened with that soul, because this is the ability that you guys have, and your guides are bringing it to your attention so that you can do this more lucidly, if that's a word, in a more lucid fashion, or more on demand, as we were saying before. What else? What other messages are in your dreams, or what else do you need to know about your dreams? Page of Wands. We have 2 pages coming through, and no, not my dumb ass. I'm not dumb. My ass did it again, where there was something that I was gonna say with the Page of Swords, and then I didn't, and then another page came out as if to say like, no, say the damn thing. That's such a bad habit. I really, really need to get in the habit of just speaking my whole mind. But I was kind of thinking that these could be, or that this could be, you know, a spirit baby. Like if you guys, even if you guys have children, it could be, you know, the higher self or higher selves of your children. Or even if you have not had children yet, but you would like to, then this could be the spirits of your future children who are coming through in your dreams. And I don't know why I thought that wasn't relevant, because I literally said with the Empress that you guys could dream about pregnancy or having a baby or something like that. Now, if you don't have children and don't plan to have children, then it could be the spirit baby of somebody close to you, like your future nephew or niece who is coming to you, or, you know, the future child of your friend or something like that. They could be coming to let you know that they are arriving soon. It's interesting too that we have the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords here, because it's like the mother and the child. And I'm being told, some of you guys, this has already happened, where you had a dream, for example, that your best friend got pregnant, and then like a week later, your best friend announced to you that they were pregnant. So for some of you, this already happened. And this is just a confirmation of, yep, that was me. I came to tell you because I knew that you would, I knew that you would pay attention and remember. With the Page of Wands, this is about embarking on a new adventure or starting a new project, but more specifically, it's one that really allows your creativity and really allows your passion to flow and really allows you to express yourself authentically. And now that these are together, I'm also noticing that the Page of Swords is like challenging our mind to learn new things. So if you are the part of this group that is thinking of getting a new career opportunity or changing your career, then what these are saying is that you're going to find something that really allows you to express yourself in the way that you want to. So you're not going to work and putting on a mask, putting on a fake smile, putting on your customer service suit or whatever it is, and, you know, killing your identity to do this job. You get to be exactly yourself. You get to do what comes naturally to you, what you naturally enjoy, what you're naturally good at. And there's something different every day, whether that's you're dealing with different people or you're learning new skills every day. There's something about variety that keeps your mind intrigued, that keeps you from getting bored. Now, for those of you who are in the group of, I don't have any plans to change what I'm doing, then I could see this as an encouragement for you to make time for at least something in your life that allows you to do this, even if it's not professional. So, you know, you have your work, you have your Ace of Pentacles. Maybe this is an encouragement to just pick up a new hobby, to start going to classes. And not only is this going to be fun and help you express yourself and help you learn new things, but it's you committing to yourself and doing something that is just for you. Because when you go to work or school or whatever it is, you got to show up for the boss and the coworkers and the customers and the teachers and blah, blah, blah. When you do this hobby or when you go on this new learning pursuit, this is only for you. This is only to nurture you. This is only to please you. And I think that you guys all across the board, no matter which situation you're in, are really, really being encouraged to get in this habit where it feels natural to care for yourself this way, and where it feels natural to do something that is, you know, kind of selfish sometimes. And I don't even mean selfish in a negative way, because selfishness is not inherently negative. It's when there's an overgrowth. It sounds so gross. I'm thinking of like an overgrowth of like germs or something. That's not how I should say it. When the selfishness and selflessness balance goes way, way extremely out of hand, that's when it's bad. But ideally, you should have equal parts of both selfish and selfless. All right. So, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, look. This Queen of Swords and Page of Swords, and there's Queen of Wands and Page of Wands. That's so cool. And And there's a King and the Queen of Wands. And we were saying, for some of you guys, or for many of you guys, this mirroring soul thing is between you and the King of Wands. Maybe for some of you, this is an incarnate person. Forget what I said before. Honestly, take it how it resonates, leave the rest behind. But like, look, King of Swords, or no, King of Wands and Queen of Wands together, and then the Page. And then we also have the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. That's so cool. So if you resonate with that mirroring soul thing, both the King and the Queen of Wands are coming through here. It doesn't matter what your or their genders are, just that these make a pair. Maybe some of you, and I think this is going to be like for a really, really small number of you, but maybe like you and your friend are having children at the same time, or you and your sibling are having children at the same time, or something like that. Or maybe a bunch of your friends are going to start having babies soon if this isn't you. But there's a lot of indication of children. With the Queen of Wands here, going back to you guys being hard on yourself, feeling like you always need to be giving to other people. Some of you guys, it's like you feel guilt when you are feeling yourself. You know, when you dress up and look cute, when you take yourself out, when you go and have fun with a gentleman or with a partner, whatever gender they are. You know, when you embody your more sexual side or sensual side, or your attractive side, your seductive side, your passionate, pleasure-loving side, you know what I mean? Some of you guys feel this unconscious like guilt or shame when it comes to that. And, you know, just with all of these messages of children and motherhood, if any of you guys out there watching are mothers, maybe you deal with that bullshit of like, oh, she has a child, she should stop acting like that. You know, like the second you become a mother, you're supposed to like lose your sex appeal or lose your sexuality, or, you know, stop caring about how you look, or stop wanting to treat yourself, because you're supposed to just be like a mother now, and everything is about your child, otherwise you're a bad parent. You know, there's this kind of bullshit that is prevalent, I think, honestly, in most cultures. I've actually yet to find a culture that doesn't have this bullshit standard for mothers or women in general. So I can totally understand if you have this. And honestly, it might not even be that unconscious. For some of you, it's like a very conscious thing. And while deep down you might know that, and I'm like shaking, I feel like pretty pissed right now. Maybe deep down you know that this is bullshit, but then there's a part of you that, you know, does care and take heed of what people are saying. Are they right? Like, am I a bad mother for wanting to do these things? Which, no, that it's so freaking stupid. And even if you're not a mother, I know like 90-something% of people watching this reading are women, and we just tend to have that standard in general, you know? Like, it's like we're not allowed to be multifaceted, to have this nurturing side to us and this intellectual side to us, and then also have like a fun-loving or, you know, sexually liberated or expressive side to us. It's like we have to be one or the other, and it's just stupid. And the Queen of Wands is here because your guides want you to embody the fullness of yourself. You can be very, very smart and driven, and you can also be sexy, and you can also be free, and you can also be open-minded, and you can also be professional, and you can also be successful. Like, you can be all of it. And the more you start to honor yourself, the more you will want to be all of it, the more you will want to express all of it, because that is the best way that you can honor yourself. They want you to start feeling yourself again. They want you to start enjoying yourself again. And I'm passionate about it. I'm freaking mad if you guys have felt like you can't. Look who's at the bottom of the deck. Look at this, King of Wands. Wow. Let me just gain my composure, and let's move on to the oracle cards for any last messages or advice before we end this reading. The first card is open your heart to the magic around you. And oh my gosh, we have freaking 19. So we have like 91, 19, the 16, which looked like a 91 upside down. Again, there's this message of a cycle is ending and a cycle is beginning. And what really marks a difference in this new cycle is you being free to do whatever the fuck you want and not giving two shits what anybody has to say. And I'm just cursing because like I feel the pent up emotion, because I think, you know, how can I explain it? If you've lived for so long suppressing what you truly want, or, you know, neglecting your own boundaries, neglecting your own best interests, it's not like you start this new beginning and you're like, okay, I love myself now and live happily. You got to process all of that anger, all of those suppressed emotions from the past. So if you've been denying yourself and denying your heart for a year, and then you start a new chapter of self-love and liberation, you still got to feel all of those feelings from the year before. Like, they're not just going to magically go away because you decided to love yourself now. You know what I mean? You have to feel that anger. You have to let yourself feel that anger, that resentment, those regrets, that bitterness, you know? And that can be freaking hard. And maybe some of you guys, it will benefit to have an outlet of some kind of physical activity, or just, you know, ranting to a friend that you can trust, going to a secluded area in nature and screaming into the void. Like, you got to do something to get this energy out. And that's not even something that really came from this card, honestly, but a new chapter is beginning for you guys, and it's going to be magical. It's going to be very emotionally intense for a while as you process all the feelings from the old cycle, but then it's going to be magical. We have your wish is coming true. Celebrate your success. We have pride. Oh, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I love this message because it illustrates so well this idea of you can love yourself and care for yourself and simultaneously love and care for others. And you can be proud of yourself, and that doesn't mean that you're cocky. That doesn't mean that you think you're better than anybody else. You can celebrate your own successes and celebrate other people's successes. And I just feel like for too long, people have tried to put you in a box, or people have tried to make you choose one or the other, tried to make you one-dimensional. And I think that you've done this to yourself as well. This is the cycle that you are breaking. And this might be because there was that message at the beginning of the reading, like you are healing some generational trauma or clearing something generational. This could be something that, you know, your mother, your grandmother dealt with, or your father, your grandfather dealt with, where it was like, you can't be your full multifaceted self. You have to choose. You have to sacrifice certain parts of yourself to fulfill this responsibility. And I'm just noticing, like at the beginning of the reading, I was shown that some of you guys have dreams where you feel anxious, you feel pressure to fulfill some task, and there's a bunch of people counting on you. You could actually be dreaming a scene from the lifetime of your ancestor. You know, like this is something that your great grandparent actually lived through, and you're having a dream about it because they're showing it to you. Like this shit that you're dealing with, I dealt with this shit too. And they're giving you hints of this cycle that has been continuing, that you're going to break with this rebirth. And then finally we have Garnet. Garnet is the birthstone of January. So a January born person could be significant, or we are currently in the month of January. So maybe you're going to be having some very, very significant dreams this month. Oh, and I just look at what it said. Purification and detoxification. It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. Boom, mic drop. Like that's exactly it. I don't even have to add anything to that, but I really, really feel for this group so much. I'm sending this group all of my love and all of the beautiful guides, including freaking spirit themselves who came through today. But these are all the messages I'm seeing for you, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out Tay's video if you feel like doing that. The topic of that one is if the moon could talk, this is what she would say to you, and it will be linked in the description as well as in the pinned comment. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number threes. So if you guys chose the black tourmaline, this is going to be a reading all about the hidden messages in your dreams. This little guy kind of has a special place in my heart because he is my first ever piece of black tourmaline, and I really, really love black tourmaline as a bullshit repellent, so, or just to protect you from bad luck. So if you feel like things are going kind of off the rails in your life, or if you're dealing with people who are just making your life more stressful than it needs to be, carry one of these bad boys with you. I'm telling you, it will keep you safe. So let's get into the reading, shall we? So normally when I do this kind of reading that talks about messages, I would start off by pulling some cards to see who has been sending you messages, and we are going to take a look at that. But our spirit guides today are asking that I start this reading with sort of a dream energy check. So I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck to sort of get an idea of what you guys might be dreaming about, certain themes, people, places, things, animals, all of that kind of stuff. And this can be your way to see if this is in fact your group. Now, you don't need to resonate with every single thing that comes up here, but if you listen to this part of the reading and you're like, no, I'm not dreaming about any of those things, that doesn't sound like my dreams at all, then you might want to choose a different group. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So for group 3, can you please show us some common themes, people, places, things that are popping up in their dreams so that we can see if this is their group? So first we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Empress. And we have the Six of Wands. Wow, these are all really, really amazing cards. I feel like the Empress has been in every single reading, or this kind of motherly, nurturing energy has been in every single reading. So I said this for group 1 and 2. I'm gonna say it for you guys as well. There might be a loving, motherly, nurturing presence that is showing up in your dreams. This could literally be the higher self of your mother or of a female ancestor, or it could be a spirit guide that you have who has that sort of undying, unconditional, protective love over you as a mother would over her child. It's actually really sweet that she's showing up everywhere, just letting us know that we're protected. I mean, honestly, it makes sense because the astral realm can be a scary place. It kind of feels like there are no rules there. It can be very hectic. It can be very chaotic. So it makes sense that we would have these protective beings making sure that we experience our dreams in a decently controlled and safe environment. You know, there's a lot of weird shit out there in the astral realm, as I'm sure you guys maybe know or have experienced. But let's talk about this Ace of Cups. This is interesting to me because some of you guys might know before I film readings, there are times where I have visions of myself just in my mind's eye, like visualize myself doing the reading, and certain cards will appear in my mind's eye, and then I think of, oh, if this card appears in this reading, it means blah, 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 blah. And the Ace of Cups was one of those cards that I saw come up in my mind's eye when I was imagining myself filming. And the way it came to me is this is talking about solitude. So you guys might have dreams where you are the only person there and there's not like other people around, you're not interacting with anyone, you're just kind of moving through the dreamscape, moving through the environment, or maybe there isn't even a physical environment and you're just in a void with weird shapes and sounds and stuff. You guys might have kind of abstract dreams where it feels like you're the only one there. Now for some of you that could be kind of a scary thing, but the feeling that I'm getting for most of you is that this is kind of peaceful. You know, I'm miles away from my problems. I'm miles away from everybody's bullshit. Like we were talking about with the black tourmaline, I am free to float and be peaceful and be safe. The Ace of Cups is a very soothing, very happy kind of energy. I do feel for the most part this group will have very happy dreams because the Ace of Cups is a happy card and the Six of Wands is a happy card. Now, this doesn't mean that you guys will never have scary or uncomfortable dreams, but I do feel like the ones that we're going to be talking about and diving into today are the positive ones. Now, in the dreams that you do have with people, there could be somebody or some people that you love very much showing up in your dreams, especially if there is somebody that you want to get closer to, somebody with whom maybe in your waking life, you're not quite yet at the relationship level or the relationship status that you want to be, but in your dreams you are. Because with the Six of Wands, this talks about victory, getting your desired outcome, and almost like I kind of see it as winning someone over, or, you know, getting into the type of relationship that you want to get into with somebody. And then this combined with the Ace of Cups, which is about a new beginning in love or a new beginning of emotional fulfillment. And then the Empress, who is so loving as well. I can definitely see this as being a dream you guys have. Like, for example, you dream that you're dating your crush, or you dream that you've made up with a friend or a family member that you had a falling out with, somebody you want to be closer to in your waking life. You might, you know, dream that you're together or back together and everything is amazing. With the Empress and the Six of Wands as well, some of you guys might dream about being very successful or very rich or very famous or something like that too. Because this is all about abundance and manifestation, and the Six of Wands is about being celebrated, being admired, being popular, being followed. Maybe some of you guys even have dreams about being royalty or a leader of some kind, because the Empress is obviously an empress, and then the Six of Wands is like a leader who has followers. So maybe you guys dream about being a king or a queen or a celebrity or some kind of royalty. Not that celebrities are royalty, but you know what I mean. Like a person who is influential and a lot of people look up to them. You may have dreams like this. As for what they are trying to tell you, we will look further into the cards, but just some additional things that I'm seeing here. You guys might dream about waterfalls or rivers, any kind of moving or running water. And you might dream about birds as well, or see a lot of images of birds. And actually, the birds might be the guards of your dream. Like, this is your dome where you're experiencing your dream, and then the birds are flying up to as surveillance to make sure no funny business is going on and no unwanted presences enter into your dream. They will protect you to make sure that your dreams are as positive as possible. And with that note in mind, I want to tell you guys, if you have any scary dreams, it's like produced by your mind. How can I say that? For example, if you have a dream that a monster is chasing you, your guides want you to know that this monster is not actually like a creature out there in the astral realm who wants to hurt you, but the monster might be a reflection of some part of you. Not that you're a monster, but like if there is a fear, if there's an insecurity, if there's an unhealed wound, if there's an aspect of your shadow that you've been suppressing, if there's a part of you that you've been trying to run away from, it might materialize as a monster. Like, this is the part of me that I've banished. This is the part of me that I deem ugly. Any kind of scary stuff you see is only to illustrate some part of your subconscious mind, because we all have some scary shit in our subconscious, unresolved things. Just so you know that you're safe, you know, I really can't see any malevolent or scary entities coming in from the outside to hurt you. And anything that looks scary is just a depiction. It's not real. It's not physical. I hope that that makes sense. Okay, so let's move on now to see who specifically might be trying to communicate with you in your dreams. Oh, and I just realized, like, well, I didn't realize just now, but I just realized the relevance that the bird is on the shield, and shield are supposed to protect you. So there's something about birds protecting you in your dreams, and they might do this in your waking life as well. If you see crows, you know, hanging, sitting on a tree or on a telephone wire above your head, they're likely protecting you. And also, this is gonna sound really weird, but seagulls are coming to my mind as well. They're not the most graceful bird, but I don't know, maybe some of you guys live by the beach or something. All right. So who is trying to communicate with you in your dreams? We have the Eight of Wands, which fell out. This came out for group 2 as well. And this is spirit. When I see the Eight of Wands, this is spirit. This is the universe. This is the infinite intelligence. So you're getting messages directly from spirit when you're dreaming. We love to see that. Who else is coming through in your dreams? We also have death. So this could be, if there's a significant Scorpio person in your life, then this can definitely be what that card is talking about. But this can also be speaking about a loved one who has passed on. And also doesn't have to be a human. It could be a human who's passed on, but it could also be a companion animal, for example. This person does look like a child, so it might be somebody who passed on when you were a child. Who else is coming through? We have the Six of Cups. So this is soulmate energy. There is some soulmate who's coming through in your dreams. Maybe it's the person that you want to get closer to. Woo! Oh my gosh. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is kind of cryptic, but there is someone who is coming through in your dreams, but they want to wait for you to discover who they are on your own. They don't want me to tell you. They want you to figure it out by yourself. So maybe there's something that's very important or valuable to you in that process of discovering who it is. Because the Seven of Pentacles, it has this feeling of like, it's not time yet. We need to wait for this situation to develop a little bit further. And actually some things need to develop in your waking life, in the 3D, before you can connect the dots and say, oh, that's who that entity is in my dream. Maybe it's a matter of you meeting this person in the 3D and then, you know, going back and realizing, oh my gosh, this is who I was dreaming of. Or maybe they just have their own way that they have planned for you to discover them. But this Seven of Pentacles is like, it's not time. It's not my KINO's place to tell you right now who it is. Obviously, it's not anybody like sketchy or suspicious. It's someone in your circle, someone in your tribe, but your journey to discovering them is really, really personal and important. All right, so we are going to take some cards from the Numerology Oracle deck and see what are these, I don't know what to call them, entities, beings, souls. Let's call them souls. What are these souls trying to tell you about in your dream? What area of your life are they trying to bring focus to? We have Follow Your Dreams. That's so sweet. I don't know if I've seen this card before. That is so sweet. Follow your dreams. And if we reduce the digits of 85, it becomes 13. Oh, and this becomes 13 as well, actually. The 6 and 7. And we have 13 here, 1 and 3. So this is the same number that's on the death card. So it could be, I'm not sure which interpretation of this you resonated with. Of course, if you resonate with several, then they could all be accurate, but a significant Scorpio in your life, a human or companion animal who has passed on, it could really be them who's really, really trying to get this message to you to follow your dreams. And I want to tell you guys, anything that you dream about that's like, I got what I wanted, I'm living the life I want, this is literally showing you the potential of what can be in your waking life. So they definitely want you to know that it's more than just a dream. Whether you're dreaming about being that successful leader, or dreaming about being famous and admired, dreaming about being abundant, of having the relationship you want with the person you want, it's all being shown to you as something that can happen. That can happen in your waking life, and that you will be protected along the way if you choose to move towards it. You guys have accumulated, I honestly think that some of you guys might have been some kind of leader or in some kind of high position in a past life, because you've accumulated a lot of good karma from this lifetime. You were a leader with integrity, and you really served your people rather than thinking that you're better than them. Actually, you were very humbled by this position, and you did the best that you could to serve your people. And they're saying like this is a test that many fail. You know, when you incarnate in a position like this, there's many people who let their ego get the best of them, and, you know, all of that power and all of that admiration gets to their head. But you guys did not. You remember what you're here to do. You remember that you're here to serve, that you're here to lead. And these people are not your servants, it's the other way around. So you really like kept your head screwed on. You really kept a good head on your shoulders, and you helped many, many people. It's like you lifted many people out of the dark, they're saying. And you have a lot of good karma from this. What other area of your life do they want to bring to your attention? So we have parenting here. This card is pretty multifaceted, that's the word. It can mean many different things. If you guys are a parent, then there could be some nuggets of wisdom on how to be a good parent to your children, or I should say, you know, an even better parent than you currently are to your children. Or if you guys are not a parent yet, but you are hoping to be, then there could be some messages sprinkled in your dreams about this coming to you soon. If you do not have children or are not planning to have children, then there could be some messages about your parents, you know, re-examining the relationship that you had with your parents, you know, for the good, the bad, the pretty, and the ugly. There might be some themes of that appearing in your dreams. And then in an even more abstract interpretation, because sometimes we see cards that talk about mothering yourself, parenting, or reparenting yourself. This could be kind of an abstract way of encouraging you guys to take charge of your own life. Take charge of your own life and follow your dreams. And maybe, you know, re-examining and healing the relationship with your parents will help you to boldly and confidently and unapologetically follow your dreams and really feel like you are in charge now. You have a right to live the life that you want now. All right, so we're going to take some cards from the Alchemia deck now and just see what other messages are hiding in your dreams. Or maybe they're in plain sight and you just need some confirmation. Okay, so for group 3, I just love the colors on this one. This tealy color and that pink color, they look so nice together. It's a really nice card. It's a really, really nice deck. Okay. I have a really, really strong image of mushrooms right now, and I'm not sure if it's somebody's dreaming about mushrooms or somebody took mushrooms and they had, you know, a vision that was really telling, that was really relevant. But I just thought I'd put that out there. Or maybe someone dreamed about doing mushrooms or something. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles. All right. Oh, okay. I think I have an idea what this is talking about. But I'm just going to take, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of the cards. So, no, okay, the message is coming now. Some of you guys are having a lack mentality because you don't really understand that your dreams are literally like you are getting a glimpse into the future, or you're getting a glimpse into what the future can be. And what I'm seeing with the Five of Pentacles is that you might wake up and then feel, because this is like feeling lack, feeling lonely, feeling left out, or feeling like you're going without. And it's because you're just seeing the dream that you saw as only a dream. And then you wake up and you have this feeling, if only that could be the reality, or, you know, I wish that I could have that dream again. I wish that I could go back to my dream. There's the number 5 here, which there's a couple things coming to me with the number 5, but the first one that I want to talk about is the 5D, where you guys might be feeling that you can only experience these things in the 5D, and when you wake up, it's all gone. And this is not accurate. The dreams are here not to show you what you can have and then tease you and take it away. It's here to give you the blueprint of what your life can look like. It's here to encourage you to take action towards these things. For some of you guys, the missing ingredient is your action. And that was the other thing about the number 5 that I wanted to say. You guys might know that I think of the number 5, or the number 5 can be a pivotal number because it is about change, and it's the number in the middle. So it kind of has this things can go either way energy for me. And if you continue to wake up with this lack mentality and think this was just a dream, this is showing me everything that I can't have, or feeling disappointed that you woke up from your dream and everything is gone, then it could very well continue like that. But if you wake up with inspiration, if you wake up feeling amazing from your dream and motivated that I just saw a glimpse of what my future can look like, so I'm going to do everything in my power, knowing that I'm backed by divine support, knowing that this is a possibility for me, I'm going to do everything that I can to make this happen. This number 5 is making me feel that, you know, whether this stays as a dream or becomes your reality is really dependent on your actions and how you perceive these dreams. And I want to just say that fate does not mean something is inevitable, and fate does not mean that we should just be completely passive. We are, you know, the active role in our fate. When we co-create and cooperate with the universe through our actions and our will, our free will, we bring our fate to us. We live out the script that our soul wrote for ourselves, aka fate. So they want you to not get discouraged that this isn't here yet, and they also want you to not get so passive that you are not taking steps towards these dreams. I would also say don't get too comfortable just because you can experience the happiness in your dreams, because you can and should and deserve to experience this in the 3D as well. The next card that we have is the 8 of Swords, which is an illusion of feeling trapped. It's the illusion that you can't do anything. Even though I'm holding, it's so cool when this happens, even though I'm holding the card up here for the camera to focus on it, it keeps wanting to focus on this card. Like there's a white, when I look into the camera monitor, whatever it's called, there's a white box that keeps like around this card. It really wants to focus. And look! It's a 8 and a 5 on this one, and it's a 5 and an 8 on this one. So these are likely talking about the same thing, talking about the pursuit of your dreams. What was the other one? 13, I think 13 was repeating a lot, and 58. Those could be important numbers for you guys. But yeah, the 8 of Swords is like, you think you can't do it. You think it's not going to work out. You think you don't have what it takes, but this kind of thinking is keeping you prisoner. And it's so interesting. Sorry, I have some burps coming up. Getting a little bit worked up here. It's so interesting because the whole idea of this card is that what is holding you back is very much internal, is very much mental rather than external. And there was that message that came through in the beginning of the reading that if you guys are having any bad dreams or seeing anything that is scary, it's not like a being that exists outside of you that is coming in to hurt you, but it's some ugliness that is within you that's being projected outward. And I don't say this to judge you at all, because every single human, every single entity in this universe has some ugliness or has some shadow within them. It's just that we tend to suppress it, hide it, pretend like it's not there. So this is not to say like, oh, you guys have like some monster inside of you. It's like, no, we're all the monster. We all have the monster. But if you're seeing something that you don't like in your dreams, it's representing you running away from some aspect of yourself, or, you know, being afraid to face some aspect of yourself. But when it comes to the pursuit of your dreams, you can do it. You can have this Ace of Cups. You can have this Empress. You can have this Six of Wands. In fact, it is written in your script. It is written in your soul's script. But whether you choose to act on that script is up to you. And that is where, you know, free will comes into play with destiny. Because you could have a destiny, but you could choose to like sit in your home and not do anything and not go out and get it. If you guys feel confused with this message that you can take actions right now, because sometimes we don't know what the action is, I think that you can definitely ask to see this in your dreams, but it's really important that you're open to the idea that there is something you can do. And if you script or journal or talk to yourself, whatever it might be before you go to bed, I would say to your guides, I understand that these dreams are showing me my destiny. I understand I'm being shown a likely reality for myself, and I understand that through my actions I can ground this in the 3D, and I'm prepared to take those actions and ask, please show me what the next step is. If you go into the dream realm with that mindset, I am sure that you will be shown. Now, it may not happen the first night you do this, but if you repeat getting into this mindset, eventually it will be shown to you. Eventually it will be shown to you. And maybe the Seven of Pentacles here has something to do with that. And I was going to say something else. Oh yes, because if you go in with a mindset of like, I'm just going to see the dream and temporarily feel good and then come back to my shitty life, that is not really setting you up to be open for answers, to be open for concrete steps. Okay. So we'll take a couple more here. What other messages? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so someone in the dream world has the answer for you, but they're not ready to show themselves yet. And there was that message of it's not time yet, and you have to work through some things in the 3D before you're ready to know who this being is. Probably has to do with your mindset, probably has to do with you committing to your dreams, your dream career, your dream position, your dream relationships, all of that. And then this being, this is a very magical being. This is a very magical and powerful being who is getting ready to introduce themselves. You know, it has this energy of like a boss who is recruiting employees, but he's like, I don't want to interview anyone unless they're really serious about it. You know what I mean? Only send me the people who are serious. And then if you come to this being and you're like, this might be a deity actually. Yeah, this is a deity who's like, I'll work with people who are really, really serious about making their dreams come true. I don't want any half-assed wishes. They're kind of like a hard-ass energy. And they would gladly accept that title. Like, yeah, I'm not for the faint of heart. If you're ready to change your life, you know, like this kind of vibe. And you'll need to be patient as well. This dream is not for those who are seeking instant gratification. Can we get one more? And we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands came out in group 2's reading as well. So if you guys were drawn to group 2, there might be messages for you there as well. The King of Wands came out as a spirit guide in that reading. So it could be that there's some messages for you in group 2 as well, or it could be that this spirit guide is kind of a big deal. This King of Wands, and is helping out a lot of different people. And in fact, I think I might have said in group 2 that this is an angel. I think I did. So yeah, it's like a male or masculine presenting angel who could be working with you as well. And what else did I want to say about this King of Wands that is unique to your group? When I see the King of Wands in someone's reading, it really means that you can have it all. It means that you can live your life exactly as you want to. The King of Wands is confident, talented, free, independent. Basically, he does whatever the fuck he wants. And he doesn't answer to anyone. He lives life on his own terms. So maybe the key to removing these limiting beliefs is look at what your parents have told you and look at what society has told you. Because my most favorite, best thing about the King of Wands is that he doesn't adhere to the conventions of society, what society says is possible and impossible, or like acceptable and unacceptable. He just does what he wants. He's like selfish in all of the right ways. Not in a way where he's inconveniencing or hurting anybody, but in a way where he doesn't compromise what he really wants. You too can be this King of Wands if you so wish. And there's a lot of beings who are ready to help you. You just let these birds know and they'll go get them. Sorry, I'm talking weird. But anyway, you can be this King of Wands. You can have it all. There's this recurring theme of you guys being a leader in many of your lifetimes. And I feel like kind of a theme in your lifetimes is testing if you can claim this identity and claim your power in increasingly difficult situations. You know, sure, you can be this empress when you're born into a royal family, but can you find that inner tiger? Can you find that inner leader within you no matter what? Can you believe in yourself no matter what? So honestly, your soul might have chosen, you might be living this incarnation on the hard setting, but that doesn't mean that you don't have guidance. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. You can do it. Just protect yourself. Protect yourself from these programs that are installed in society. Protect yourself from the bullshit so that you can remember who you are. Okay, I did say that there could be a specific Scorpio coming through in your dreams. There could also be a Taurus, Libra, or fire sign who is coming through in your dreams. If you do dream about people with these signs, then you're likely dealing with their actual self. You know what I mean? Like if there's a significant Taurus in your life and you dream about this Taurus person, then you're actually interacting with their higher self when you're dreaming. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the oracle cards to get some last messages and advice for you before finishing off the reading. So first we have, there is no beginning or end to growth. You are forever expanding. We also have happy endings, end of a chapter. It's interesting. I feel like these are kind of contradicting, no? Because this card says there's no beginning or end, and then this card says end of a chapter. Maybe this is showing that you guys have been you know, experiencing much of the same things or learning much of the same lessons over and over in your lifetime. And the end of a lifetime is just the end of a chapter. It doesn't mean that you're finished growing. You're going to move on to the next life and accomplish even more with what you learned from the previous ones. I think you guys have a lot of past lives under your belt. I think you are still reaping a lot of good karma that you sowed in those past lives. And it's interesting because the Seven of Pentacles is like waiting for your crops to grow. So maybe you guys are sitting here like, shit, if I have all this good karma, why has my life been so difficult, or why has my life been so full of crap? And this card is saying, like, patience, you will reap the rewards. The Empress is also about harvest. So it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And this is an image that I haven't been shown in a long time, but that I do sometimes. You know, at the water park, there's those giant buckets and it fills really, really, really slow with water, and it's above your head. It's just like trickle, 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 trickle. And if you stand under there long enough, eventually it's like, and it all like cascades out. And this is what your good karma is like. It's been dripping, dripping, dripping into the bucket. And then when it reaches the, you know, the tipping point, that's the word. When it reaches the tipping point, it's just gonna like all over you and all over all these people. Okay. So next oracle card is adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So I really do feel for this group. I can tell with this adversity card, with the Seven of Pentacles, with the Five of Pentacles, that this has not been an easy road for you. And I think more than anything, you guys just need confirmation that this can all be real, that this can all be yours. And it's really difficult when the only signs that you see are in your dreams, and you're looking for the signs out there in your waking life to confirm, but there may not be that many. And this might be intentional, because I think a big test of this lifetime is that when there's nothing else to believe in, can you believe in yourself? Or when you don't feel that others are believing in you, can you believe in yourself? I think that's a really big lesson for you guys in this lifetime. The challenges that you are facing are things that your soul and your spiritual team have put in place to help you learn. And I think accepting that is going to take off like 80% of the burden of them. You know, they're not here because I've messed up. They're not here because I deserve bad fortune or anything like that. This adversity is here to make me learn and to make me stronger. And something about that is really going to lift a weight. And then, the final card that we have is Aquamarine with Divine Life Purpose. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. Yeah, all you guys really need is just confirmation that all of the stuff you're dreaming about is coming, that you are not crazy, that you are not wishful thinking, that you are literally catching a glimpse into the future. Aquamarine is very much a go with the flow kind of energy. It's also a birthstone of, is it March? I think it's March. So March born person could be significant as well. Or maybe you're born in March, or the month of March, which is coming up, is going to be significant for you guys. We have Aqua. There's a lot of water as well, like water in the Ace of Cups, water here. Dreams about bodies of water or moving water. Again, it could be significant. It could be a sign to go with the flow. It could be a sign to trust your intuition. Some of you guys might be destined to or dream of living somewhere else, and this boat might be a symbol of that. But what you have in your heart, what you want for yourself, it is in alignment with your destiny. Your dreams are in alignment of your destiny, and you're being encouraged to follow them and to be brave enough to take action towards them. Okay, so these are all the messages I'm seeing for you guys, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out Tay's video if you feel like doing that. The topic of that one is if the moon could talk, this is what she would say to you, and that will be linked in the description as well as in the pinned comment. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye! Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the Black Moonstone, this is going to be a reading all about the hidden messages in your dreams. So there's just one thing that I wanted to mention to you guys. When I was filming the intro for this video and I was doing the close-up of all of the stones, when I was showing the close-up for this one, I had this overwhelming vision of like red and yellow. And the first thing that came to my mind was Gryffindor, which I don't know if that's significant for any of you, but the colors red and yellow might be significant for you guys. For example, this could be the color of somebody's aura, whether that is you or a spirit guide or the higher self of somebody who is visiting you in your dreams. And then the other thing that came to my mind is that some of you guys who chose this group might have synesthesia, and the red and yellow could have appeared because something that you personally associate with red and yellow could be significant. Like, for example, some people with synesthesia would have color associations for the days of the week. So like maybe someone out there watching associates the color red with Wednesday and they should be looking out for something significant this coming Wednesday or something like that. And that's kind of fun because I feel like synesthesia associations can be so many different things. So that could kind of have a personalized message for many people out there. But anyway, let's get into the reading. So normally when it comes to this kind of messages reading, I would start by pulling cards to figure out who is bringing these messages, and we are going to get to that, but our spirit guides today would like me to start off this reading with sort of a dream check. So I'm going to pull some cards from this deck to see what symbols, people, places, animals, things could be appearing in your dreams, sort of as a way for you guys to check if this is your group. Now, you don't have to resonate with every single thing that comes up here, but if you listen to this part of the reading and you're like, no, none of that, what you just said sounds like what I've been dreaming about, then maybe you guys will want to choose a different pile. I also want to mention, every now and then I like glance up at the camera monitor just to make sure it's in focus and stuff. And I've done that 3 times since I started, and every single time I look up, it's an angel number. So the first time I looked up, it was at 44, and then I looked up and it was 111, and then I just looked up again and it was 222. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But let's get right into it now. And we are gonna start with group 4's dream check. So can you please, all right, we have judgment that fell out really quickly. For group 4, can you please show us some scenarios or some symbols that might be in their dreams so that we can check if this is the right group. We also have the Princess of Wands. This is the Page of Wands. And then we have the 4 of Cups. And I just looked up and the camera said 333. So we got 111, we got 222, we got 333. Man, if you guys, I know that we have a lot of varying dreams and some of them seem to be very, very meaningful and then others of them seem to be completely random. But if you guys see, let's say you have a really interesting dream and then the next day you see angel numbers everywhere, I almost feel like that's your guide's way of confirming to you, like, yes, that dream was relevant. Yes, that dream is talking about something very real in your waking life. If angel numbers follow you around, then that's probably one of the main reasons. But let's get into the contents of your dream. Starting off with judgment, the first thing that's coming to my mind with this is you being on the spot in front of people. For example, you guys might dream that you are about to give a really important presentation, or you might dream that you're about to literally perform, like play an instrument in front of people like this guy. You might, or like you're watching somebody do that. I remember once, it was so random. Well, maybe it wasn't, but I was dreaming that somebody I knew was on a stage and they were playing Happy Birthday on the violin, but they were doing a really bad job at it. It was, so you could have dreams about playing instruments, of being in front of a crowd, because you see all of these people are looking and they're curious. Also, a thought that came to my mind with the Princess of Wands next to here, just because her boobs are out and these people are naked. You might have dreams where you are naked in front of a bunch of people, or those kinds of dreams where you're in public and then you realize that you're not wearing clothes. I know that I've had those dreams before too. But basically, there's this kind of underlying theme of people are watching me. And it could be this moment of truth where you're like, okay, it's time for me to show these people what I've got. Or it could be a little bit more of an embarrassing thing. Like, these people are watching me because I did something wrong. I messed up. Or it could be a little bit of both sometimes. But I feel pressure. I feel nerves. And honestly, I was going to get into what this means later in the reading, and so many people, I think like 3 out of the 4 groups have had some kind of message about this, but the Princess of Wands is all about a new adventure, a new pursuit, and it's almost like your soul is gearing up to step out into the world and try something new. And you could be a little bit scared about that. You could be a little bit shy about that. When we're trying something new or putting ourselves out there in a new way, we can be very, very conscious of the eyes that are on us. And so if you're having dreams like that, it might be mirroring something that is happening in the real world or that is soon to happen. Or it could be showing you how you subconsciously feel about your day-to-day, how you subconsciously feel about your social interactions. For example, you're, going about your day, talking to people at work, but deep down you feel like I am performing for these people. I am acting a certain way for their approval. I feel like I can't mess up or do something embarrassing around these people. For some of you guys, this is like a symbolism of you wearing a fake mask or feeling like you're putting on a persona all the time to interact with the world around you, almost as if you were a performer on the stage. Some of you guys might be heavily conscious about, impressing people, or heavily conscious about people's opinions. And these kind of dreams are just, a reflection of how you feel moving through your life. Please feel free to claim both of those interpretations though, like this one, in addition to you're starting a new adventure, you're putting yourself out there more. It can definitely be related to both. Like I said, there could also be dreams where you are playing an instrument or somebody else is playing an instrument. This kind of looks like she is gardening or like she's growing these wands from the ground. So you might have dreams that you're planting seeds, or have dreams about strange plants that are growing or something like this. You could also be having dreams about traveling through the sea, traveling on a ship or swimming, or even you guys might have dreams where you're underwater. And maybe you can breathe underwater. That would be super cool. But there's this aquatic or even nautical theme to the Four of Cups that could be significant for you guys. If you do have any kind of dream where you're on a boat or any sort of vehicle for that matter, whether it's a car, a train, a plane, pay attention to where you are going, because that could be significant, and pay attention to who is the captain, like who's steering the ship, who is the pilot of the plane, or do you even know who's driving? Because this could be a sign of what you feel is in control of your life. I often dream that I'm driving a car, but I'm like driving off the road, and I've never had a dream where I'm driving like a normal person. I'm always going all over the place. And that might be a sign that I kind of feel like I don't know what I'm doing in my life. Because drivers represent control, whoever's controlling the situation. So pay attention to dreams with vehicles. I'm just looking at the birds in the sky as well, and this angel flying in the sky. Some of you guys might have dreams that you are flying as well. And a message that might be coming through for you guys, just because I noticed there's this underwater message and there's also this flying in the sky message. It's something like, if you want to soar higher, you need to dive deeper into your depths first. Or the deeper you dive into your depths, the higher you will soar. The more you see the shadow, the more you see the light. Or it could be a metaphor for an as above, so below situation. So I know that there's a lot of different stuff that came out here. This is kind of what it's been like for all of the piles, because dreams are pretty erratic and they jump from thing to thing. And of course, every single night that you go to sleep, there could be different dreams that you're having. But this is what I see so far for you guys. You may see angels in your dreams as well, or somebody who keeps appearing in your dream is an angel. If there's a specific person that you keep dreaming about, it could be an angel who is shape-shifting into them for whatever reason that they see fit, whatever reason that they deem necessary. Also, if you guys are having dreams about somebody from your past, it could be a symbol that this cycle is about to end. And the example I'm being shown is like, maybe you dream about your ex or something that you haven't seen in ages, or you haven't thought about in ages. And maybe this ex, or when you were in the relationship with this ex, there were some kind of problematic treatments or dynamics that you endured. And the reason they're showing up in your dream is like the angels telling you, this cycle of you accepting this treatment, or this cycle of you being in these toxic dynamics, is coming to an end. And so this angel is disguising as your ex to bring everything full circle, to bring closure to the situation, and to indicate to you that this cycle is over. Or like somebody that you've been in a situationship with, an angel is disguising as them and coming to you to say, like, you're not going to be in these situationships anymore. You're not going to be in dynamics where people aren't choosing you and people aren't respecting you. Like, you're going to move on to someone. I hope I'm using the word situation correctly. Situationship. If I'm using it wrong, I'm sorry. But in my head, it's like when you're kind of involved with someone, but they won't commit to you. If I use the term wrong, I'm sorry about that. Because I don't want to make it sound like all situationships are unfavorable if I have the definition wrong. You know what I mean? Okay. So I think this is everything that I am seeing from these cards so far. So let's move on now and see who might be trying to communicate with you through dreams. It's very clear that there are angels present because of this angel on the Judgment card, as well as all of the angel numbers I've been seeing. So let's take a look from this deck and see who is appearing in your dreams. We have the Tower. Who is the Tower? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I feel sad. So I just remember, because the Tower has come out in a previous reading when I was trying to identify souls. And this is somebody from a past life where things were cut off short. Maybe things even ended tragically. It's kind of the vibe of you being ripped apart from each other. And I think you are still trying to find each other. So, for example, you had a past life with this soul and your families didn't like each other and they split you apart. Or maybe somebody even passed away, or somebody moved away and your time together was cut short. This is what I felt for this card. And then when I went to shuffle again, so many cards fell out. And so what this is telling me is that this is likely a multitude of souls. So I'm seeing, for example, somebody in their past life who got moved away from all of their friends, or got separated from their whole family. It's rather than just like two souls parting ways, it's like you got taken away, you got isolated from your community, from your group in a past life. Some of you, I don't know if this is going to resonate for everybody, but some of you guys might have like gone to prison, whether that was right or wrongful. Or you might have moved to a distant land, or you might have been enlisted to go to a war, if enlisted is the right word. But it's this feeling of you being singled out and separated and trying, and I'm getting agitated when I talk about this, and trying to find your way back to your group, back to your tribe, and them missing you so much and looking for you. And I think they come through in your dreams a lot, and they're looking for you. And if you ever have this feeling like people are watching you, people are looking for you, I think that's them. We also have strength. So this is a soul family member. I think of this as soul best friends. You guys might know, for me, the strength card is like soul best friends. So probably out of this group, there was one soul in particular that you really, really miss, that you were really, really, really close with. Like, you love your community, you love your family, you love your friends, but this one soul is like your day one soul. And maybe it's not like you have favorites, but you just have a special bond with them. You know how it is. There's also a cat on this card. It could be that you dream about cats, or it could be that animals visit you in your dreams, like companion animals. Next, we have the Six of Swords. This is somebody who's thinking about you. Somebody who is incarnated and who is thinking about you a lot. Someone that you want to talk to more, or want to talk to at all. Like, maybe you're not in communication and you want to talk to this person. There's a feeling of you and this person thinking about each other, you and this person wanting to reach out to each other, but it's so much easier to do it in the astral realm. Because when you're in the 3D, there's all this, there's ego, there's drama, there's barriers, there's fear. When you're in the dream world, it happens seamlessly. So if you've had encounters like this, then this is confirming that that's really them. That's really their higher self who's coming through for you. And then here we have the Page of Pentacles. So this actually came out in another group. And I tend to interpret these cards more or less the same way when I'm doing the like identity section of the reading. The Page of Pentacles would also be somebody who is incarnate. I'm not sure if these souls are incarnate, to be honest. If you feel that they are, then they most certainly can be. And they could even be these people. Like, your soul family who's looking for you can very much be these people. These can be the same person. But there's at least one person. No, yeah, there's at least one. There's at least one person who is incarnated, who has been talking to you in your dreams. One hint is that you're either not in communication or you're in limited communication and you would like to talk to them more, but it's a little hard in the 3D. So you resort to having these conversations in your dreams. And then with the Page of Pentacles, this can be somebody that you work with or used to work with, or it can be somebody who's in a similar field as you, or somebody who is in a field that you would like to be in. So, you know, for example, this person is a car mechanic and you want to be a car mechanic or something like that. Shared interest, shared hobby, shared job. This kind of vibe. And it could be somebody who is sort of working on their self-worth right now, working on feeling like they have something to bring to the table when it comes to your connection, but maybe kind of struggling with that. Wow. Okay. So, oh yes, it's this one. We're going to take some cards from the Numerology Oracle deck now. And we want to see what these dreams are all about. So what area of your life are these souls trying to get you to focus on? What area of your life are they trying to bring to your attention? So first we have, spiritual partnership. So definitely there's spiritual partnership here. We know that. And there's likely a spiritual partnership here too with somebody who is incarnated right now. And they could be a member of this soul family. So they're trying to show you something about a partnership. How many is that? That's too many. Okay, let me try that again. And relationship change. Look, exactly the same thing. Spiritual partnership and relationship change. The angel who is visiting you guys, it could very well be Archangel Michael, because this adds up to 9, this adds up to 11. Those are his numbers, 9 and 11. Could also be Archangel Gabriel. Judgment makes me think of him as well. Or it could be both. Okay, these are definitely talking about the same thing. You are about to enter in a spiritual partnership, or you have recently met somebody with whom you have a spiritual partnership. I think that I don't really need to interpret these further because they are pretty straightforward and they are both talking about the same thing. The camera keeps wanting to focus on this one in particular. There's a box around it that keeps appearing, like it wants to focus, and I do pay attention to that. So maybe you guys are like doubting the spirituality of this connection, or if this is the person that you're trying to get close to and you're wondering why it might be difficult, it could just be a lot of past life shit and a lot of spiritual healing stuff. But let's go into the next tarot deck and we'll see what additional messages have been coming through in your dreams. There's also something here. It might not be for everybody, but there's this feeling of like you don't dream that much, or you don't remember your dreams that much, so when you do, it's especially important. Do you know what I mean? Like I never have dreams, so when I do have a dream, I know that I'm supposed to take notice. I know that it's a significant night if I dream about something, or if I remember it really vividly, then I know it's important. You guys might be the types to only remember it if it is significant. So if there's any dreams that have really stayed in your impression, that have really stayed in your mind, then it's likely for a reason. Like you're not just remembering nonsense. You're not just remembering filler dreams. Even if they seem like nonsense, if you look deep enough, you will understand the meaning. Look, we have strength coming out again. So yeah, this is all about this soul partnership, this soul family member. We have the Hanged Man coming out as well, which does often indicate that things are not progressing. So there's like some connection that is maybe a little bit slow to progress, or again, like I said, it feels a lot more comfortable to be in the connection in the dream world as opposed to in the 3D. This might have to do with a certain level of anxiety or shyness or a certain fear of expressing yourself, because I'm just remembering those dreams that came out at the very beginning of the reading. These dreams that you have to, for example, play an instrument in front of people, or dreams that you are accidentally naked in front of people. There's that feeling of like, people are watching me. So if it's not you, it could be the energy of your counterpart and you're having these dreams to see what they're going through. But there's somebody who's like very, very conscious of people's eyes and very, very conscious of people's judgments and people's opinions. And they might be a little bit awkward, shy, or even scared in social situations, whether it's in a group or whether it's even a more intimate one-on-one situation. Somebody is just scared when it comes to putting themselves out there. And this could be one of the things that is slowing down the connection. And I want you guys to know that it has nothing to do with the partner themselves. Like it's not, for example, if this is your partner who is having trouble, or the person you want to be your partner, or it could be your current partner who is having trouble communicating and expressing themselves, it has nothing to do with you not making them feel safe, but just their subconscious belief that the world is not a safe place and that people are not safe. And this could be something that was learned in past lives. If you are struggling with this, it may have to do with the past life where you were separated. So it's like, I'm afraid of opening up and getting too close to people because I'm going to get ripped away from them anyway. And I don't want it to hurt when that happens. And I think this is kind of on both sides, having hang-ups from past lives that are stopping you from coming forward, expressing yourself, putting yourself out there. But there's an emphasis on the fact that this doesn't have anything to do like with your personal compatibility or how safe or unsafe you feel around each other specifically, but it's more of a general hang-up. It's more of a general insecurity that's getting in the way. Because when it comes to your souls, like it's here twice. Like you are two peas in a pod. You know each other more than anyone else. So it all has to do with these 3D illusions that make you scared, that make you second guess yourself, that you are working through and that you have been working through. So I think, and with all this Leo energy I find can sometimes warn against taking things personally. So, you know, if it's hard to communicate and fully open up, on either end, it's really important for both parties to not take this personally. And it's really important for both parties to be patient, both with yourself and with the other person. Yeah, strength is also about overcoming adversities, having compassion. Oh, let me point out as well the zodiac signs that are here, because I don't think I did that yet. Judgment is technically, it's related to Pluto. So I technically think of it as having Scorpio energy. Same with the Tower, Scorpio, Aries, because it's associated with Mars. So Scorpio, Aries, Leo, and Pisces are coming through. Could also be Sagittarius with the Page of Wands. We have fire and earth signs here. But maybe I'll just, well, I already said Sagittarius, so feel free to claim it. But when there's too much going on, I tend to just look at the major arcana. Otherwise, I'm going to end up naming like all of the signs, and then it's not really useful. But you can be any sign, of course. Okay, oh, we have the Hierophant. So we have some Taurus energy coming through here. This is a card that talks about, well, talks about many things, but the thing that's really coming through for me here is, first of all, this damn camera still wants to focus on this one freaking card. Are you happy? Oh, now she's not focusing. We have a cheeky spirit in the camera. Okay, so the first thing that came to my mind when I pulled the Hierophant was its meaning of your physical body. Oh, wow. I was going to say your physical body being in alignment with your higher self. So what you want is in alignment with what your soul wants, and so on. And I just noticed, I was going to say, like, your 3D will is in alignment with your 5D will, and we have the number 3, 12 reducing to 3, and 5 next to each other. 3 and 5 next to each other, it's like a 3D, 5D connection. I really think this group in particular, what you experience, the communications that come to you in the 5D closely mirror what is going on in the 3D. Even if you're not always seeing proof of it in the 3D, just keep this in mind. And I'm noticing all of these so far have been major arcana, so that just really reinforces the feeling I was getting before, that when you do dream about something or when you do remember something vividly, it's a big deal. You're not remembering nonsense, you're not seeing nonsense, you're really connecting and you're really remembering significant things. So your human self is really, really strongly tapped into your spiritual self. And this is also a card that talks about commitment. So you are ascending to a higher level of commitment with this person. And then it's so interesting. I had that example of people from your past coming back, maybe people with whom commitments didn't work, or people who wouldn't commit to you, almost to close off the cycle and see you off to your true commitment. And it's interesting that these people, it almost looks like they're in graves, and it's like, you're putting previous relationships to rest. And I should say these past relationships don't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be a friend who didn't commit to you, who didn't respect you. It can be a family member, which sucks, but it happens. It happens more often than I would like to say it does. It could be a company that didn't respect you, that didn't commit to you, like an organization, but you are laying these chapters of your life to the grave is what it looks like here. And you see how they're all looking at this angel playing their trumpet in the sky. First of all, this could be a message that their karma is coming to them. But also, I think when you are stepping up and when you're in this new chapter and you're thriving, people from your past could be looking at you and checking on you and be like, oh, group 4 is doing really well, you know? And maybe that's their karma. Maybe these people didn't want to see you do well without them. So even just seeing you do well is their karma, but they will reap what they have sown. Yeah, spiritual commitments, a commitment of spiritual partnership and a change in your relationships in general is coming to you. And then this last card that flew out, it's another freaking major arcana. The High Priestess, who, it's so funny. I was telling another group, every single time I stop myself from saying something, it just comes out again. You know, like, oh, there's this message, but I'm not going to say that. And then it comes out again, almost as if to like poke me to say it. And remember, there's all these zodiac signs coming up, and I was like, no, that's too many. But then they all just, I was like, I'm only going to take them from the major arcana. But now they're all coming out in the major arcana anyway. Because this is like, the High Priestess could be all water signs, specifically Cancer. And then I personally associate her with Virgo because I just do. So it's like basically most of the ones that I wasn't going to say anyway. So we have Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Pisces, Taurus, and Cancer, and Virgo, which is more than half, I think. And I probably said a bunch of other ones too. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? The High Priestess is the most psychic of all of the cards. She's definitely here to tell you to trust your intuition. You know what's up here. You know what's going on here. If you ever feel confused, just let your emotions come out. For example, sometimes when our past life memories resurface, we will have random emotional outbursts and not know why. And it can be very awkward and very uncomfortable. So if you start crying and you don't know why, follow the emotion. With this water energy, with this divine feminine energy, your psychic and spiritual insights are very, very closely linked to your feeling and processing of your emotions. And I guess I could say that's the case for everyone, but it's really, really emphasized for you guys here. So I'm not saying you're going to automatically know why you feel the things you do, but if you sit with that emotion and follow it, the answer will come. So like I was saying, if you suddenly start crying and you don't know why, just let yourself cry. Even if that seems irrational, even if that seems too sensitive, that emotion has a history. That emotion has wisdom. That emotion has so much information in it. That emotion is a past life memory coming through you so that you can process it. So you need to let it come out. And it's like as the tears fall, you will get the information. The information will come back to you. And maybe you've already had a lot of these insights in general or when it comes to this connection, but the High Priestess is here to tell you that you need to trust this. Both of these people, the Hierophant and the Priestess, have so many answers. They have so much wisdom. And I would even say the Hanged Man does as well. And it's funny because I would think of these as like a couple, you know? Or maybe they are. But the same way the Empress and the Emperor are a couple, like the Hierophant and the High Priestess are a couple. I'm not sure if that's actually... It wants to freaking focus on this again. I'm not sure if that's actually what they're supposed to be or if that's just my feeling, but yeah. Anyway, so let's move on to the oracle card part of this reading to get the final messages and advice for you guys before we finish the reading off. So the first one that we have is use your power to bring this world love and peace. It's so cool to me. First of all, this, sorry, I think someone's using a blender upstairs. Carrying on. So it's so cool to me that there is a tiger on this card because first of all, it matches with this strength energy. So cats, especially big cats, could be a significant sign for you guys. But the other thing is that it's in the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. The High Priestess is depicted as a tiger. So just from using that deck so much, for me, tiger equals High Priestess. Like that's just the association that I get all the time. So trust your intuition. And I also love this message. Use your power to bring this world love and peace. You guys are, the way it's coming through, it's like the power that you guys have. Why I hate when the message comes up like this, because this is not the first time that the message comes up like this for me. But for some spirit guides like to emphasize, you know, the power that you had. If you weren't a loving person, you could really fuck up some shit with your powers. Like with your psychic abilities, with your spiritual powers. Like you're a force to be reckoned with, I guess is what they want to say. Like you use your power for good, you use your power for love and peace, but let somebody cross you. Just know, like you fully have the power to protect yourself and to fend off negativity and to fend off those who would want to hurt you. That power is within you. And it's funny, it's like your guides are kind of humbling themselves where, you know, you're up against some adversity in your life, you're up against some negative energies, and you're like, help me guides, and they're like, don't look at me, you're the one with all the powers. Like you're up there, you're really, really powerful, and you're more than capable of defending yourself and protecting yourself. Like your guides are even saying like, you'll do just as much of a job as we will. Like you got this. I think this is coming through because you guys are underestimating your powers. I think that's why this is coming through. The next card that we have is let go, relax, and release. You guys might need to be in a relaxed or idle state in order to start processing these emotions. Because with the High Priestess, I was feeling that intense surges of emotions could be coming through. Or this is a reading about dreams. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced like waking up from a dream and you're just like sobbing, or waking up from a dream and you feel things really, really viscerally. But it's important that you guys make some time to be still and make some time to relax, because I don't know, it feels kind of pressing. Like these emotions want to come out. These past life memories want to surface. But if you're like busy and you're at work, like, you don't want to have a meltdown at work. You don't want to have an intense flashback when you're going through the motions and busy. So I think your guides are encouraging you to take some time for yourself. And it's when you quiet down, when you slow down, that it will all come out. And if you guys have been keeping busy because you feel this emotional breakthrough, it's a breakthrough, not a breakdown. If you feel this emotional breakthrough coming on, you might be trying to ignore it, trying to distract yourself from it, trying to push it down by keeping busy. And they're saying, no, that's not right. Like you feel it coming on, you need to go home, you need to close yourself off or do what you need to do and relax and just let all of the feeling out. We have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. It's interesting, we got judgment, and then this card has the word judgment on it. Definitely think that this balance card can be talking about you and your counterparts' energies balancing each other out. Very much giving justice energy, which is another zodiac sign, that's Libra energy. I also think this card, both of these cards are talking about, card is talking about bringing love and peace to the world. This card is talking about bringing harmony to the world. And a big theme of this reading has been you guys ascending to new levels of commitment and spiritual connection in your relationship, finding those who are a match to you, finding those who serve and support your highest good, and you serve and support their highest good. Like the highest divine love. This is what you guys are bringing. And there's something about this with you bringing love to the world. It's like this love that you experience in this partnership, you're going to channel that into your craft, or you're going to be an example for others who are looking for their love. There's something about this really rippling out and affecting the world. And I should actually mention this because the Judgment card and this card that talks about doing this without judgment, this energy is about having compassion for your past self. So as you're coming out of this place where maybe, you know, you were accepting some treatment that you didn't deserve, or, you know, interacting with people who didn't honor you, who didn't respect you, who didn't see the real you, this is a no judgment zone, okay? And this is how we even learn what our highest love looks like. So there is no reason to look back and be like, why did I make those decisions? Why did I let this person take advantage of me? Why did I stay in this for so long? Remember, hindsight is 2020, and this is the card number 20. But there's literally, you can't judge yourself like that. It's because your past self went through those things that your present self knows what to do. So instead of berating your past self, we have to be thankful. We have to say, you went through it, and I feel for you, I love you, and I thank you for going through what you've been through. I'm sorry, there's been a couple interrupting noises throughout this reading, and I wonder if you guys are light sleepers, and maybe that's why you don't dream so much or can't get into that dream state. Oh my god, the final card that we have is Watermelon Tourmaline. So this whole reading has been talking about some kind of spiritual partnership, and Watermelon Tourmaline, which is green and pink, it's associated with the heart chakra. The green is the divine masculine element of the heart, and the pink is the divine feminine element. So it's really funny that this is the card that you guys get. And this card is also talking about stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. I feel like this is, you know, reiterating everything that we spoke about with this card. So I won't say too much on this one, but I do think it's very, very interesting that you got this divine feminine, divine masculine, heart space type of card as your final card. I really like this picture because it looks like I've got your back. It looks like I'm supporting you. It looks like I'm helping you carry your load. I'm helping you carry your burdens. You guys have each other's back, whether that's in the 3D or the 5D. Just know that you can send love, healing, and support to your soul family at any time. You just need to set the intention. And it's instantaneous because that connection is always there, and they're doing the same for you. Okay, so these are all the messages I'm seeing for you guys, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out Tay's video if you feel like doing that. The topic will be, if the moon could talk, this is what she would say to you, and there will be a link in the description as well as in the pinned comment. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!